Good morning, students. We are discussing about the freedom struggle of India, the national movement. Today we are discussing about an event. We call it freedom is our birthright. What is birthright? If you are born to a family, you have got some privileges, some powers, some rights in the family. You are a member of that family. So, like that, if you are born to India, it is your right to be free. That is what the birthright. Okay. So, Tilak raised the slogan, "Freedom is my birthright and I shall have it." This you might have heard many times. Bal Gangadhar Tilakar's famous statement in 1916 he raised it when he was tried in a courtroom. So he told, "It's my birthright, I will have it, I shall enjoy my freedom. I don't want to be restricted. What should I speak? What should I do? I don't want any control on me." You know, there's a famous statement, "Man is born free, but he is in chains everywhere." We are in so many chains here. Family relationship, other relationship, teachers are in chain, our relationship. So many things restrict us from doing many things, the social setup, the religious thinkings, many things. They are all chains put on us on our actions. So he tells, no chains, we should be free. Okay. So by the 1890s, many Indian leaders questioned about the political style of the Congress. Because Congress was formed in 1885. Within 5 years, many of the leaders of the Congress understood that working in the Congress was not as they expected. Because they were just giving petitions of Britishers, requests of Britishers, and Britishers were not ready to listen to them. In the beginning, they listened. Slowly, British government officials withdrew from interacting with Indian National Congress, and things were not in a good shape. So many of them began to think, hey, this is not the way the Congress should function. In Bengal, Maharashtra and Punjab, Bipin Chandra Pal, Birthright and Lala Lajpat Rai, they are beginning to explore more radical objectives and methods. So there are new leaders in Bengal, Maharashtra there were, in Punjab. So Bipin Chandra Pal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai. So Chandra Pal was from Bengal, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was from Maharashtra, and Lala Lajpat Rai from Punjab. They were exploring new ideas, new thinkings. So when in an organization, when a new person comes, new thinkings come. So these members also joined in the International Congress, and they have given their thinkings to the Congress. So naturally, Congress has become more vigorous and active. These leaders argued that we must rely on our own strength, not on the good intentions of the British government. So we must fight for Swaraj. They told that we must depend on our ability, not just say, please, please, please. Leave the please, tell them move. As I have told you, I think you know about the freedom struggle. So when the Britishers came, they asked for some place to sit. We moved and gave the place for them to sit. So what they did, they pushed us from the seat, and they began to say, "This is their role, their administration." So many those who are fallen down, what they did, they just fallen down. Okay, what to do? They went off. Some members stood up and told, "You are sitting in my chair, please vacate. This is my chair. You have no right to sit here. You have pushed me down. Now you have to get out." So those people who stood up and challenged back, the Britishers are the people who fought for freedom. That you must understand. They had the guts to stand up and say, you are sitting on illegal place, you are sitting on our chair, please vacate the chair. Asking the Britishers to get out from the chair. That is a national movement. So that is so this they say, please don't say, please vacate, get out. That is our option. That is the thinking of these leaders. So they say we need Swaraj. Swaraj means our own administration. We are able to look after our own administration. Let the Britishers be out. That is the thinking among these leaders. In the beginning of Indian National Congress, it was not like that. In the beginning, they were asking the Britishers to do some good things for India. They were not thinking of chasing the Britishers out of India. They wanted to have a good relationship with the Britishers. That is the change in the trend by 1890s and 1900. That you must understand. Okay. In 1905, Viceroy Ouseph partitioned Bengal. Partition of Bengal. Bengal was divided into two. And that division that has caused in 1905, ultimately what happened? That division culminated in the partition of the country itself. Division of the country itself. And present Bangladesh. So it was divided East Bengal and West Bengal. West Bengal is the present West Bengal, in the unit state in the country of India. And East Bengal later became East Pakistan, and East Pakistan later became East Bangladesh, independent country, supported by us in 1971 war. Okay, that's it. So in 1905, Viceroy Lord Curzon, he was a Viceroy at that time, he told Bengal is a very big province, looking after administration was very difficult. So what did he do? He divided Bengal into two areas, East Bengal and West Bengal, so that the people interaction would be very less. That was his intention. Bengal was the biggest province, included Bihar and parts of Orissa. That was just reality. Province was big, but intention of the British was not because it is big. It was to weaken the nationalist movement that was becoming powerful in Bengal. The British reasons was administrative convenience, but the convenience is not for whose convenience it represent. That's the people ask. Whose convenience? The convenience of the Britishers to weaken the national movement. It is not for anything else. Interest of British officials and the businessmen, not of the Indian people who are living there. They have not taken into consideration the concerns of the people of that area. That is a speciality. That is the reason of Curzon. And Lord Curzon, by 1905, he has told when he will go out of India, he will see the death of Indian National Congress. But when he went out of India, it has become more powerful and strong organization than when he came inside as the Viceroy. It has become more vigorous and more powerful. Like Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal, Tilak, and like the members have come into the Indian National Congress. That's what it is. Instead of removing the non-Bengal areas from the province, the government separated East Bengal and merged it with Assam. That is what the British said. Perhaps the main British motives were to curtail the influence of the Bengali politicians and split the Bengal people into so that you are there, we are here. So separate two states. Naturally, the people will fight among themselves. You are of the East Bengal and you are of the West Bengal. So that division is possible. That was the intention of the Britishers. And East Bengal was dominated by the Muslims, and West Bengal more people were Hindus. So Hindu-Muslim friction would take place. That was the intention of the British, so that they will never come together. They come together only. Britishers were following the ideology of divide and rule. And everywhere they were successful in that. So here also they thought it is easy to divide Hindus and Muslims and run the country. They don't want anybody to question their authority. It is natural from anybody who is in authority. Nobody wants to question them. They have so much power. They know everything. And only they know. Nobody else should know anything. That is their thinking. So that is why the people are not ready to accept it. The Swadeshi movement sought and encouraged the ideas of self-help, Swadeshi enterprises, national education and use of Indian language. So, because of this division, there came up an idea named Swadeshi. Use the materials that are available in the country. That is Swadeshi. Use your own materials, facilities, everything use your own. Throw the Britishers. So naturally, if that is properly done, Britain will have a great effect, because the textile factories in England, mainly in Manchester area, depends on the materials being sold in India. If Indian consumers are telling we will not purchase any material that comes from Britain, company will be stopped. Now we know Chinese friction is there in India, so most of the Chinese mobiles and all those things, people of India began to boycott. So those companies will have heavy loss. Same effect. That is the reason. So the Swadeshi movement. So the leaders of the Indian National Congress decided to have two organizations. One is known as Swadeshi, other one is known as a boycott. Swadeshi is a positive activity, boycott is a negative activity. Boycott the materials of the foreign countries and use the materials in India. So, what is that? Self-help enterprises, start our own factories, national education, our own schooling system, Rabindranath Tagore took up the lead, and use of Indian languages, leave British, not use English. So, that kind of thinkings have come up with that. The radicals advocated a mass mobilization, boycott of the British institutions and their goods. Don't go to British schools. Don't go to British colleges. Don't go to law courts. Leave everything. That is a boycott. You know, an office becomes important because people are reaching there. If nobody is going to an office, that office will become useless. Now schools, if no students are there, what is school? If you are not listening to my class, what is the use of my taking the class, preparing like this and coming and taking the class? No use. There are some people who are listening, my students are listening to me. That is this. Okay. The radicals advocated the mass mobilization and boycott of the British institutions and schools, colleges, factories, whatever it is, that's it. Some individuals suggested revolutionary violence would be necessary to overthrow British rule. Revolution means take the guns and shoot down. That also was there. That thinking also was there in the mind of the people. A group of Muslim landlords and their Nawabs formed All India Muslim League in Dhaka in 1906. So Muslim League is formed in the year 19. Aga Khan, and it is known as the leader is known as Aga Khan. Aga Khan and members joined to and requested the British government, and they formed the Muslim League in the year 1906. And for the formation of Muslim League, British government supported, because British government wanted a division. If Hindus and Muslims were together in the Indian National Congress, so they wanted another organization for the Muslims, so that the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League would fight each other. That was the intention of the British, and they wholeheartedly supported the formation of a Muslim League, the divide and rule policy. That is what the Britishers have done. The League supported the partition of Bengal. Naturally, Indian National Congress opposed the partition. League supported the partition. Whatever the Britishers wanted, political deals. So divided the national movement. National movement was being weakened by the British government. That was their intention. It desired separate electorates for the Muslims and considered the government in 1909. So they told, we want a separate electorate, means a Muslims only issue, reservation, that's all. Seat should be reserved. In a constituency, only Muslims can stand. Now we know there are some constituencies where reserved people, SC, STs only can stand. Others. So like that, they wanted seats reserved for the Muslims only. Means only Muslims can stand in that constituency and get elected. And it was accepted by the British government. That is the reason. See the changes. British government accepted because they want to divide the national movement. They want to weaken the national movement. They want the people should not stand together and fight against the British. And they were successful in that. And Indian people would naturally got divided. So it decided separate electorates for Muslims and conceded by the government in 1909. Government accepted it in the year 1909 when one day Government of India Act was passed in the year 1909. We will study later. Separate electorate means seats reserved for the Muslims. This tempted politicians to gather following of us distributing favors to their own religious views. So, division started. Muslims began to support the Muslims, give them favors for them so that they get elected. If other side Hindus began to favor them, so they will get elected. So Britishers wanted that these people will fight themselves and they can arms comfortably, they can sit on the chair and rule. That was the intention of the Britishers. So they have divided the society. The split of Congress. Now, the Congress itself, the suppression in the Congress, are implementation of Swadeshi and boycott. Some of the leaders were telling that Swadeshi and boycott policy should be located only in Bengal because it is partition of Bengal, not out of Bengal. Some other leaders were telling, no, it should be all over India. So there was a friction in the Congress. And at the Surat session in 1906, they split each other. Even they said it is being told, though after the meeting, the members took chairs and hit each other. That means violent division has taken place in the Congress in the year 1906 at the Surat. Because the boycott policy and Swadeshi, whether it should be implemented all over India or located only in Bengal. So the Congress split is taking place. The moderates opposed the idea of boycott. They told no boycott all over India, only in Bengal. After the split, the Congress came to be dominated by the moderates with the Tilak's followers functioning from the outside. So, radicals and moderates, Tilak and team went out of the Congress. They were not part of the Congress, they formed a separate organization and moderates were dominating the Congress. Now we see this division. So Congress became weakened. Britishers were very happy. They can rule India. No problem will take place. That thinking was in their mind. Because already Muslims League was formed. Muslim League has come into existence. It is separate. So divisions and divisions are taking place. So the ruling group of people are very happy that permanently they can rule the country. That was their thinking. The reunion took place in December 1950. Congress sessions were held in the month of December every year. So reunion took place. Members came together and they united together in the year 1915. 1906 they took place, division. After 9 years they are coming together. Next year the Congress and the Muslim League signed the historic Lucknow Pact. So Britishers are losing the ground here, you see. Muslim League also agreed to work together with the Congress and decided to work together for the representative government in the country. So now they are coming together, Muslim League and Congress. And you must understand, this is the period of the First World War, 1914 to 1918. So that First World War had started during that. So that is the reason, one of the reasons why Muslims came to the Congress, because Ottoman Turkey was fighting against the British. Ottoman Turkey, in Ottoman was the Caliph, the religious head of the Muslim was existing. So the Muslims also turned against the British. So they found a common enemy. Indian National Congress is fighting against the British, and Muslims, they also found, they came together. So in 1915, moderates and radicals came together. 1916 at Lucknow session, Lucknow's Congress and Muslim League also came together. So now from here onwards they are fighting together against the British to get independence. So that is what we see. This is the Indian National Congress first meeting. This is the first president of Indian National Congress, Umesh Chandra Banerjee, WC Banerjee call it, Umesh Chandra Banerjee. You can read their name. This is Dadabhai Naoroji of that time, Surendra Banerjee, Prasha Mehta, some of the leaders of the national movement. Okay, thank you very much. Bye, see you.